So I'm getting back into another day working on this this Howard Bullfinch. So little mission we're doing now is retreading these wheels. Got one done already. Did this last week and just sort of took a bit of a break over the weekend. We had a family occasion going on. It was my dad's 80th birthday, so you remember in the first little bit of this project, this used to be my dad's machine. So yeah, so this is one of the original wheels. You can see the tread is pretty perished and sort of had a bit of abuse over its time. So the one that I've redone hasn't come out 100% perfect, but it's a heck of a lot better. One of these wheels was completely missing its tread altogether anyway, come away. So I'll show you the little process that I went through to get to this stage, and then yeah, I'll probably do another one today. They are very, very time consuming to take care of, but yeah, come out quite well in the end. So here we go. I'll show you what I've done and how we got to this stage. Okay, so here's a quick little overview of what I did. We visited a place in Tauranga called NZ Rubber and Foam and picked up strips of this product. So it's rubber, 50-55 Shore, 12mm thick, super service from the guys at NZ Rubber and Foam. They cut these down into the strips for me, 38mm wide and 1 meter long. So over length for what I'm doing to put around the wheel. Got those strips home. Then with one of those wheels, the one that I haven't got I've got the new tread on now, I put a piece of paper around to find the circumference of that circle, added a bit on for the extra length because the rubber compresses as you bend it. The first one I had a little mistake with that, and I made it the exact length and then had to graft a piece in to make it longer again. But anyways, I worked out a pattern for the high and low spots to router the tread, and then did a whole heap of maths figuring all of that out and getting everything right on a bit of paper. Then built a jig. So as you know, I'm a woodworker and a cabinet maker by trade, so I built this jig for my router. I have a little trim router with a 12mm bit, and it runs in the tracks. So what I do is slide the piece of rubber through the track. This one's a little bit firm to go through. That goes through, slides, get it in there. The good thing with having it firm is that it stays in place while the router's running across it. So it runs under. I have a couple of little clamps that hold everything down to the bench and hold them in place. Run the router across to cut the low spot, move it along, run the next one. Very, very time consuming, but I get there in the end, got one done. So yeah, I'll get this set up and start cutting some grooves. I then have a way of flipping it and holding it in this part of the jig at this end, and using the router to do a half lap joint and get the two pieces of rubber to meet and run over the top of each other, one over, one under. The other product that I use to hold it all together is from Versatile Products. It's a Bostik, what have they got on there? 122 adhesive. Excuse me. It's a contact adhesive, so we brush a coat onto the steel side, a coat onto the rubber side, wait for it to just become quite, not 100% dry, but tacky, and then the two pieces meet. This glue is specifically designed for gluing rubber to rubber and also gluing rubber to steel. I did think about doing the half lap join and making the big band like the old tire, like this one's broken, but actually making the band and then stretching the rubber and having it clamp over the top of the steel wheel. But I thought it was better, rather than having all that stress just on a glue joint, it was better to have it glued all the way around to the steel. So there's no tension on that rubber. It fits quite well. I got the measurement pretty well with the extra piece grafted in, and we'll see how the second one goes now. So that's probably enough talking. I'll just get on with it, router it, speed some stuff up and show you what I do, and we'll show you the second one when it's done. Cool.
So here we are, first of the treads done. As you can see, there's a big mess of rubber everywhere. There's a big pile down on the floor under my feet, everything that's come out of that router. So yeah, I'll get this cleaned up. I'll just move this jig out of the road. I'll lift that wheel up and we'll see how it fits. So if I start at one end there, sit that down in, and then work my way around the wheel back to the start, we end up pretty darn close with that overlap in the tread there. This one is cut a little bit deeper than the first. These little treads are a little bit deeper, but yeah, 3 to go. Sorry, 2 to go. Once this one's glued on, I'll do the other 2 to match this. The one that's not quite as deep. Oh well, never mind. Better than having nothing. And yeah, this one's second attempt. We improved on the first, so I'm really happy. I'm gonna get this glued on. I'll show you what I do to set that up, and we'll chuck some glue on it and get it stuck to the steel. Just before I get this glued up and stuck on the wheel, I thought I'd show you the amount of rubber that's come out from that router. This floor was completely clean and swept and tidy before I started this, so this is only off one, you know, there's the amount of rubber dust and rubber chunks that have come out. So yeah, I'll get this cleaned up and then we'll glue this thing together. So yeah, just to show you, a bit of a mess. So all that rubber's tidied up, set up ready to start the gluing stage now. So I've got everything over here that I need. First thing is use a little bit of this shellite stuff. It's a good metal cleaning, degreasing. It can be used as lighter fluid, but it's a good degreaser. Used it on the last one, it seemed to work okay to wipe down the wheel and give the back side of the rubber a quick wipe. Helps the glue stick better. Got our glue. I'll just pop this tin open and show you the glue. It's quite strong on the fume department, so I've got the doors wide open down here. So it's quite a stringy, it's a contact adhesive. It's like ADOS pretty much. If anyone's used ADOS glues before, put it on both surfaces, wait for it to tack, and then they grab each other. I also set up this little piece of pipe. I've cut some grooves in the end just to make it sort of taper down for the tapered fit in the wheel. And when I get to gluing, I slide this on. And then when I fit the rubber around, I can start from one end, get the glue on, work my way around underneath it, find my way back to the top to get the joint lined up, pull it in nice and firm. The last things that I use, I've moved my little piece of aluminium, but I have a little piece of aluminium block that I sit over the top of these last two teeth and use my spring clamps to hold that down. I need the third one to hold the two clamps together sideways from the inside. And that just makes sure it all stays in place nicely. It should be instant grab and instant ready to go, but I just leave it clamped up overnight and then that's that, ready to go, finished. Sweet, so I'll get this glued back together, and that'll be that, another wheel done. So yeah, thanks very much for watching the video. Grab the wheel that's already done off the floor down there. I know I've got the treads slightly deeper on this one than the first, but hey, it's alright. It's on opposite sides of the machine, and like I said, I've got two more to go. So those other two are away being painted at the moment. When they come back from Rubes, I'll get them done as well. I've done a better job on this one with the tread cutting itself. I used a different router bit and a different technique with starting from one end, running backwards and forwards through it. This one, there's some little scallops and little dips in it from the starting of the router bit. But yeah, really happy. By the time it's been rolled around in the dirt a few times and on some grass and stuff, you'll never know. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video, which should be coming out in a little while, not too far away. Not necessarily about this machine, but we've come across another one just like it, so I'm going to try and do something interesting with that one too. Cheers, thanks very much.